Let's start this video with a traditional unboxing, because my new dog, Amiga, took the opportunity of my momentary absence in the room, grabbed my camera card and turned it into a pulp. Along with the card, all the recordings from Prancer's unboxing and first impressions were lost. Instead, I recorded a short inspection before washing. Today I will be talking about this horse. It arrived to me in September this year. This is a very special model, the first Barbie horse in this shape, the legendary Prancer from 1983. He turns 40 this year. By the way, I noticed that recently I've been talking about horses that celebrate their round birthdays this year. Most of them have the last digit 3 in the year they appeared on the market. It's such a strange coincidence. The horse has an original saddle and is in a really good condition considering its age. As you can see, it is white. It does not require any bleaching, although I had some doubts here, but after comparing it with prints, it turned out that they are the same. The painting obviously shows signs of use as a toy. I must say that this version surprised me a bit and I am a bit disappointed. The plastic is solid and quite thick, which is great, but unfortunately it's a very generic shape. It's missing all the details that I love. No detailed carvings, no hairs or wrinkles, everything is very general and smooth. The form is definitely closer to the last horses of this mold than to the first ones. Really, compared to the Dixie, Foal, Prince or Blinking Beauty, it doesn't have those niceties such as hair on the coronets of the hooves. The tail hole is interesting. On one side it is round, like in most horses, and on the other it is very tight and rectangular. There are no markings in the inner holes of the hind legs. That is very strange. The hair is quite soft and looks solid. No wonder, it's an old horse. It appeared to be at its original length. However, I somewhat doubted that they would be so tightly curled in the original, because I haven't seen such curls on any Prancer. The tail looks bad with such a curl, and I don't like these curls in the mane also, so I will fight with them later. Of course, the horse and saddle will be washed first. It's really strange that in the light of my bathroom lamps the horse looks yellow, and it's not. I thoroughly clean both the saddle and the horse itself. I also pay a lot of attention to the hair. As you can see, the curls are so durable that getting the hair wet doesn't damage them at all. I have to straighten them with the hair dryer. It's time for a good rinse. Finally, I soak the hair in water with fabric conditioner. The water didn't straighten the curls, so I straightened them while drying. After the first drying, the effect was not satisfactory for me, so I wet the mane again. And the mane looks much better now. Time for the tail. this one was straightened by the first time. The horse is washed, its hair is tidy and strong curls have disappeared. It's time to add some equipment, which in the original Prancer didn't have much. It was just a bridle and a ribbon to decorate the tail. The bridle was almost identical to the princess, a noseband and reins. Here I have the fabric from which I made the noseband for Prince. For the reins, I will use this transparent ribbon on which I will sew a decorative ribbon with roses. There is even a trace of a pattern for a noseband that I made for the prince, so I will use it. I cut a slightly wider strip. Let's check if it's okay. It fits. I will make it even. Now the ribbon with roses for the reins. I cut it to the appropriate length. I have the princess bridle here. I went a bit crazy with the width of the noseband. It would be better if I narrowed it down a bit. It's better. Let's check it on the horse. And it's okay. I start sewing. The next stage of this quick renovation is repainting, the longest and the most tedious. I have prepared the paint in the appropriate shade and I will apply it with a fine brush in greater or lesser dilution. Sometimes I will dilute it after applying it to the horse. To speed up the work a bit, I will also use a hair dryer. Now I can tell you what I learned about this model. As I already mentioned, it appeared in 1983 and it is the first Barbie horse in this shape, the first official Arabian. It is associated with the Barbie Loving You doll from the same year. Link to the original TV commercial is in the description below. The horse that you see in my hands is the European version. There is also an American version. This is what the front of its packaging looked like. How were these versions different? Apart from the pictures on the boxes, at first glance the shading of the head and, perhaps less noticeably, the color of the hair is different. Here are examples of the strong shading in the European version. Pay attention also to hair colors. This Prancer is very yellowed. Of course, this is not its original color, but the result of plastic oxidation, about which I am talking in the video about Prince. However, this is not a strict rule with this strong shading, as you can find examples with less of it. In the European version, the hair is grey, according to the commercial silver, with pink highlights. In the US version, the hair resembles various shades of blonde, and it is difficult to see the pink highlights in it. The shading of these horses is slightly different. The reins are also different. In the European version, the jacquard pattern was in shades of pink and green and did not extend beyond the ribbon on which it was sewn. In the US version, the color is red, the pattern extends beyond the narrower ribbon and is slightly different. It looks more like flowers with leaves. The noseband was also made of various fabrics. Here are Balthazar photos whose collection of toys you can admire on Instagram, link in the description below. Of course, this is the US version. These photos clearly show that in this version there were also pink highlights in the hair, but much less visible. The horse's equipment included a pink woman's side saddle, a ribbon to decorate the tail, a bridle with reins, a comb, a brush and stickers. It may sound a bit strange nowadays, but in the 80s stickers were fashionable and desirable. The interesting thing about my copy are the holes in the ears. This is not the result of the owner's interference. Some horses looks like this. Sometimes the hole was only in one ear, and apparently horses with holes in their ears could appear in more modern incarnations of this mold, and not only this mold. Finally, I had to renew the unfortunate shading on the head. My copy apparently had a lot of it, and although I don't like it much, I decided to follow the original traces. Please note that this horse resembles real horses. It has a natural length mane and tail, and it also has simple black and white painting. So far I've mentioned the difference between the versions, like shading, hair and reins. I must add that the European version more often has a less detailed form with no markings. In the USA version you can more often find a form with details and markings. I'm not very skilled at shading with a brush. It turned out a bit too much in my opinion. I got carried away too much, but it's okay, it's going to stay that way. I fixed the painting corrections with several thin layers of varnish. Since Prancer is white and I want it to stay that way, I will apply a product to it that protects it against UV rays and enhances its white color. This is the so-called protector. I use it to protect all the white horses in my collection. Now I can finally dress him up with all his accessories. I have a tile ornament here that obviously outgrew the original. This time I placed it on a wire and not on a clip. A bridle inspired by the original, fastened with a velcro, with rines decorated with a ribbon with roses. There is also an original saddle. I will start with the tail. Now the saddle. I didn't make the saddle pad. In the original he didn't have one either. This saddle is stiff, so it fastens well. And a bridle with rines. So theoretically we have the Prancer in full gear, and a bit over it because I went a little crazy with this tail decoration. But of course I had to add something else from my own. That's why my Prancer will get additional hair decorations. These are small roses cut from the decorative ribbon I used for the rines. I equipped them with small pieces of a velcro, thanks to which they will stay on the hair. 4 for the mane and 4 for the tail. And this is what the legendary Prancer looks like in my interpretation. Before and after. Accessories that I have made. Tile decoration, bridle and rines, tiny hair decorations. I hope that I managed to introduce you this legendary horse. I am glad that he joined my herd as a progenitor he couldn't be missing. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up, subscriptions and comments. Those who haven't yet joined group of my subscribers, I recommend you to click the button because soon there will be another story of another interesting horse.